So I think everything circles back to community, and I think that's ultimately what all these brands are trying to cultivate. And if you look all the way back to just when the internet was really going, in the 90s, internet bulletin boards, and that's where community got together. Then after that, you had AOL chat rooms, right? I had a really weird screen name, which was awesome. Then you have Reddit, which is index communities, Discord, which is actually voices, and now you have things like NFTs and Metaverse. Again, a place where brands and enterprises can find new ways to cultivate community. So I think at the end, everything comes back to community. And Metaverse is this confusing word, sort of. Everyone has their own definition. Different brands have different ways of expressing their views, in this metaverse. Why isn't Zoom a metaverse? To me, it is. You're engaging with people and can engage with people globally and see them and chat with them and engage with them and have that experience become more engaging. Or Peloton. That's like a metaverse. You're riding a bike, you're exercising with people potentially all over the world. And now the next question is, okay, how do you take something digitally, bring it back to the real world, and then broaden your community? And leveraging something like a metaverse or NFTs, you can have community all over the world with different types of languages. And because an NFT is something that can be interoperable, anybody, as long as they have an internet connection, can have access. And your communities can grow and compound. So for example, at Recur, we work with Paramount, and when they wanted to try to find more engagement for Top Gun and drive people to theaters in real life, this past May, they ran a special campaign where they rewarded folks that actually went to theaters at 40 different theaters, AMCs, and Cinemarks nationally. And if you went and sat through the midnight showing, you got a digital helmet. So you got to experience a digital world. But then it didn't stop there. 3 months later, they were able to have a stronger marketing partnership with Dave & Buster's and send those same fans to a Dave & Buster's. And they got to enjoy a ride. And then after that, they were able to give them the surprise and delight of a Paramount Plus free subscription. So you see how a journey for a brand and their fan can change dramatically when you have power of community and have power of community at a global scale. And the metaverse, whatever your definition of that, can really change that and enhance that significantly.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting with Web3 how we've started to see how we're building community in a very real way versus kind of a more superficial way that we were seeing us build in Web2. So do any of you want to expand on kind of how there's been tools in the metaverse that have really helped you to expand on this idea of community? Because clearly that's such a big part of Web3 and what we're all building.
I feel like in general, people unite when they are trying to learn something, and since the metaverse is something that, like Zach said, like nobody knows what it is. Well, to be honest, I feel like there's different variations of metaverse, right? For example, Hrish, I know you're doing AR, right? So like AR and the metaverse mapping the real world. My metaverse is a 3D world, right? Somebody else's metaverse is a VR set, So it's at something like, for example, I use blockchain, so it's decentralized. Somebody else's metaverse is centralized. So there's so many ways, so many forms of it, right? So you get to decide, and like earlier today, I heard on the panel, one of the speakers said that, Web3 is what you want it to be, yeah? So like, don't try to like look at people, compare yourself, copy, create your own thing. So that is why like this new thing emerges and people unite, yeah? And people want to learn together, learn from each other. And I think that's kind of what created this community phenomenon for Web3 and the metaverse, because people just wanted to get together to figure out what it is and like what they can do with this. And and then we just saw this community boom, and like that community is actually driving Web3. I'm pretty sure Web3 and the metaverse, I'm pretty sure this might change in the future because we're so early in the game that technically we're pioneering, we're testing different theories, but like what we're gonna have in 20 years, nobody knows. Just like we didn't know that we're gonna have so many social media and like the social media is going to be in this way, So this is very exciting. I think that the primary reason why we have the community aspect of it right now is that people wanted to learn. And for me, it's exciting as an educator. I can't be happier that so many people actually want to learn new things.
I have an example. When we built the Coke game, which was essentially Metaverse a long time ago, there were a lot of players, 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds that were playing. Well, here today, building Yogos is people that met at Coke Studios. That was a community where they met. One was in Australia, one was in London, one was in Chicago, one was in Canada. Today, those 4 people are building a new metaverse. And they met in the metaverse 20 years ago, and that's what's building Yogos today. So it's a great place to create community, to learn about things and meet friends that have common goals, and then make projects later. So one of them is sitting here, and one of them is sitting there. They built this thing, they met in the metaverse, and they're building the metaverse. Now, yours.
Yeah, I think that, again, we're partial to Web3, and obviously I think a lot of this crowd is as well is, and I think that is a component of building community, because there's this ability for everyone, as we think of Superworld, to not only own the geospatial areas around us, but to be able to own the experiences or the content that are being created either by you or other partners, and to be able to interact with that content in a way that enables a fan and the organizer of the community or the publisher to work together to maybe even create more products together. And so, as you know, the last few years with the Great Resignation, all of us are, thinking more as creators. Most of society is thinking that way. And generative AI is taking a lot of jobs away from people. And so people have to be more creative in general. And so the way we think about it is, can we provide tools for you as a creator to have exposure to Miami, if this is your community, or to have exposure to Dubai, but not just exposure like on the web, to have this exposure that allows you to be there and to have a presence there and to own places there, but seamlessly. The content, the locations, the collaborations, all of this in a way that's seamless. And that's where I think Web3 really, takes the ability of what the Metaverse can provide to the next level. And I'm on the board of the Open Metaverse Alliance, so there's companies in here that are interested in that. Please, love to talk about that too. Interoperability is important. Perfect.